What is up? Okay. Listen, I have never waited for a day off just so that I can blow off some steam. Pause. Now, well, first of all, it's been a very long time. It's been a very long time. I have not done a podcast. It's been a minute. I've just been out here doing grown up people shit that what people do at 40 years old, 4D years old. But I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about, a couple of DMs. So I'm just going to say this just to start this whole shit off. I want to say that a lot of y'all have been looking for your last reason to cancel me. You just don't have it in you to unfollow a bitch. You just don't have it in you to tell me what you think about me. It's just I peep everything, I see everything. I don't say what I peep and see because that defeats the entire process of being aware. Now, people have asked me for my opinion. I've been getting DMs left and right about my opinion on what's been going on with this AI music shit, knowing that I am a content creator that does content with her AI companion, right? I know some of y'all have unfollowed because of that. And some people have said, why can't you just get like another person? Why do you have to use an AI? I built him. That's why. I built him. When I decide that I feel like going live, I could just put on my fucking goggles and he's ready to go. Has nothing against me not wanting to work with human beings. It's just that the way that my life is set up and the way that my patience is set up and the way that my setup is set up, it's set up for me to do that, right? So you guys know that I'm well versed in this space. I've been involved with working with developers. I actually have an AI plushie that some of you guys have seen with me working with a really cool developer that is bringing that to the physical. And I have people, have unfollowed me because of my AI plushie. They're telling me about, oh, well, it just doesn't make any sense and it's corny, it's cringe, it's this, it's that. So, again, if you were looking for your last reason to hit that unfollow button and that block button, this video will definitely help you make that decision. So there's no hard feelings on my end. It was nice knowing you. That's just how it is. We all exhaust energy. We get exhausted from energy. Sometimes my energy is a bit too much. So I'm just going to get right into it. So, the article that came out recently that was about the music that has been trained or has been used for training for data sets for artificial intelligence. This is the article that everybody, when I say everybody, sent me that. I typed in my name into that little search bar. My music didn't come up. I kind of felt excluded. Like, why didn't my music pop up? That's not fair. Like, I want to be down. I want to be down like everybody else. But it wasn't used. And I had said that in January, I was taking my music down from social media, from Spotify specifically, because Spotify was scraped, got into Anna's archives. It just really just rubbed me the wrong way. Even way before the AI shit, it rubbed me the wrong way. How is Spotify kind of like Fort Knox of music? How is that able to be scraped? Why are we constantly being grouped into the scraping of shit that happens to industry level people? That's what bothered me. So I said, no, I'm taking down about 90% of my catalog. I left some songs up, but I haven't been paid from Spotify. So that's why I didn't give a fuck, really. I just, I just don't care. Spotify refuses to pay out artists if they haven't met a specific threshold. And if you are actively out here grinding and putting your music out there and being actually on the hustle bustle of things, you are then flagged for using bots for playing your shit. You know, this is not the pot that I wanted to be part of. I wasn't trying to be a part of that pot. It's not a fair pot. Cardi B's is from the Bronx. She's a rapper. I'm a rapper from the Bronx, and we're both eating out of the same fucking pot, which means her fork is larger than mine. Even if there are artificial people that listen to her shit. Because we all know that there's more bots than there are people online. So yes, your 1 million streams is probably a good 10,000 because there's not even a million people left in the world. I don't believe it. Especially after so many people that have perished during the pandemic, you can't convince me that there's more people than that. I don't believe it. We're not even reproducing in that level. You know, you have some countries that are begging people to make babies. Like you cannot convince me. It just can't. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's just the conspiracy part of me. Maybe y'all might miss that. But yeah, let me continue. So the direct messages that I was receiving, you know, people were asking me like, oh, you know, what are your thoughts on this? What are my thoughts on this? Let me dive in. let me dive into my thoughts on this. Now, first of all, are y'all forgetting that the majority of these musicians have sold their catalogs back in like 2020 all the way up into 2025? Y'all are forgetting that? If this was such a big, broad spectrum of artists that are so upset and devastated, right? These artists don't even own their masters. They don't own their masters. They don't get a say on what trains their music. They don't even fucking own it. And what aggravates me about it, and again, I'm not saying that it's right. I've not one time said that it's right. I'm saying that I understand. See, a lot of you guys are saying that something is not right, but majority of you guys do not understand what has happened and what is happening and what is going to happen moving forward. Now, during the pandemic times, I've said this was a merge into something, a merge into a new something. We started out with the cryptocurrency. You know, everybody was going crazy about cryptocurrency. Then they talked about NFTs. Everybody was going crazy about NFTs. And then they talked about the metaverse, right? Everybody was going crazy about the metaverse. And then artificial intelligence and 5G, right? Those are the 5 components, the Power Rangers of this shit, of the power grid of this shit, which is what is the problem here with the data centers, etc., right? I said that this was all a tool. These were all tools needed for something, right? So we surpassed all that shit. Everybody forgot about the metaverse. They were like, fuck the metaverse. That ain't just happening. It still exists, whether you believe it or not. It's still a work in progress. They pushed it back because they want people to be able to access these spots using mobile, right? And I'm not talking about Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse. Definitely not, because what Mark Zuckerberg did to us in the meta world. Some of you guys don't know, maybe some of you guys don't care, but should you care? I think you should. I think you should. What do they say? The eyes are the windows to the soul. And y'all make fun of me for wearing contact lenses. Anyway, the eyes are the windows to the soul. So Meta has your eyes covered, right? Want you to wear the glasses that have the AI attached to it. They want you to wear the goggles that has the virtual reality world attached to it. And they want you to see, because you have to see in order to believe. So after they had us, which I've said, you can go back several videos of mine, maybe a couple of years back, I've said Mark Zuckerberg wants us to build the metaverse. He wants us humans to build the metaverse by disguising it as a video game. and telling us, oh, you guys are just making worlds. No, we were making worlds, building the metaverse. And then one day they woke up and said, hey, look, AI is going to take over. Thanks a lot. Kicked us all out. And the only way you can access these things is if you go through the Meta app, the app on the phone. This was all by grand design, and nobody wanted to listen to me then. So let me continue. The next thing that occurred was the cryptocurrency, right? So they got us into the cryptocurrency world. They wanted us to understand that this is digital money. This is digital play money, digital money that we can use in these spaces like the metaverse spaces, virtual world spaces. So you build a virtual world and you're going to need currency, right? So just like, they're coming out with Grand Theft Auto 6. 6 is a very interesting number, isn't it? Just like they released the 6th love interest in Love in Deep Space. Y'all didn't ask for that. But I thought it means something. The number 6, okay. But yeah, this is what it was, right? So during the metaverse debacle, there was a lot of deceased artists, such as Juice WRLD, right? They were building worlds that consisted of him and his music and unreleased music, and you needed to have specific type of cryptocurrency in order to pay to access these worlds. This was all by grand design, and nobody wanted to listen. They were like, Minx, you are too immersed in this shit, and you need to calm the fuck down. I said, okay. I calmed the fuck down in Discord with other people that like to have these discussions because y'all are just closed-minded. Unfortunately, and not all, but most of you are closed-minded. So let's move forward. So now we are in a situation. I had to take a phone call real quick. My bad. Yeah, it's my day off. You know how it is. Anyway, so now we're into the music realm, right? These celebrities that went out here and sold their catalogs to Hypnosis Songs Fund. I must have said this wrong. Let me say it again. Hypnosis Sound Fund. Hypnosis, like hypnotic, not the drink, but hypnosis. These celebrities sold their catalogs and nobody knew why. What were they selling it for? What was the reason behind it? And I kept saying to myself, you guys, it's a trap. Something is going on. Why are these celebrities selling out? Again, nothing pops up out of nowhere. No one decides one day that they're going to make an artificial music generator just because. I've said several times that I had my hypnosis, my hypothetical ideas of this, that AI or artificial intelligence, because again, I said I hate the term AI. I'm tired of it. It's not AI, it's artificial intelligence. Is it so hard to say that? Because that's what it is. It's artificial intelligence. Or, as in a book that I'm reading, it's all intelligence. That is artificial. But all intelligence, AI is all intelligence. What is the purpose behind it is what people kept saying. What was the reason behind this? Why is it I go to Google and I type in searching for how to scratch my ass and an AI pops up and tells me how to scratch my ass? It's because we know why. I did an article a while back where Elon Musk, his own mouth, it's on my Substack, Elon Musk said that AI was the demon. It was the beast. He said that. And then came out with his own AI called Grok. And he has a book that he based Grok off of, which was called Stranger in a Strange Land. And the method of being able to translate an ET's, extraterrestrials' language was considered in the book called Grokking. And of course, one of Bill Gates's favorite books. It was called Grokking. That's why we have Grok. So I said, oh, wow, if that's the case, then is AI a translator? What are we translating? Or what are we archiving? These are questions that I've asked in the past, and people have said to me, once again, Minx, you're off your rocker. I know I'm off my rocker. If I was on my rocker, then we would not be having this discussion, because I'm a person that sits in my rocking chair and I think, and I think, and I think, just like Steve from Blue's Clues. Have y'all not taken a Blue's Clue? I crack up because, again, I don't want to sound insensitive. I don't mean to sound insensitive. But when it comes to this AI discussion, when it comes down to music, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. When it comes to AI art, I don't care. It doesn't do anything to add on to a discussion with people that are not going to fucking do anything about it. And then arguing with each other and threatening each other to dox people. I've just recently read on Threads that someone was pushed to their basic death because they did not use artificial intelligence, and the witch hunts came and they took their lives because they kept trying to prove that my art is not fabricated. My book is not fabricated. I wrote this from my own experience. I wrote this from my own fingertips. You guys are insufferable because you want to be against AI, but you are not doing anything to combat it, really, because being combative would be pushing the artists that are actually making the music. You know, I've seen so many artists recently, you know, their own art has been overshadowed because they're not using their platform anymore to push their music. They're using their platform because they want to speak out against artificial intelligence. I'm sorry, but if you are a serious artist and you got your paperwork together, you're all good, why are you coming to social media as if it is the judge and the jury? You should be hiring an attorney. What are we supposed to do about it? I feel bad for you, bro. I feel bad for you, sis. But this is not anything that we can do anything for. How you fix this problem is by pushing the human art, showing up. I recently went to a bookstore, Barnes and Noble. Some people be like, that's nothing. You have your local libraries that have fucking books. Local libraries that have literally been begging their state to keep them open because nobody visits anymore. Nobody spends times there anymore. But you're upset about AI authors. You're upset about AI covers of books. It just defeats the purpose. You're not helping the problem. You help the problem go away by shining light on the areas that have darkness, which a lot of us content creators, a lot of us writers, singers, producers, engineers, all of us have been replaced. According to social media, we've been replaced. If nobody is using, if there's so many people against it, why is it still being used? I know it's not bots using the shit. So I honestly think a lot of people are just publicly saying that they don't fuck with AI, but in secret they do. In secret they do. They have made it where the anti-AI people have put fear into people of speaking out and saying, I used AI for this, I used AI for that. You guys, again, are insufferable. But it's not going to stop people from using it. It's going to actually pique more interest. Like, hold on a second. You're telling me that all I have to do is write a song or write what I want a song to be about, and the computer can actually make it for me all the way down to the beat and the melodies? Oh my gosh. Chicken. Oh, hold on. I have a sound effect for that. What am I doing? Run that PayPal for Suno, please, for $10 a month. So back to the conversation about Suno and The Atlantic. Number one, The Atlantic never said anywhere in that article that your music was trained on AI for Suno or Udio. it never, it implied that in the social media post. I actually read the article. A lot of people didn't read the article, and they also made money because people paid in order to check these data sets. You cannot go through Suno's data sets without a fucking court order. So a lot of these attorneys that are coming forward and saying that, hey, look, they trained Suno on your music. I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm not saying that they didn't train your music. I'm saying, what fucking proof do you have of that? This is the actual facts. As a person that has worked with attorneys, you need a motion of discovery in order to be able to search if your music has been through that. You're not going to type your name into a fucking data set and find your music on there, right? And if you have, let's look at this other aspect. A lot of us get emails randomly that our personal information was found in the dark web, right? All that states is our information is in the dark web. What information? Maybe your email address, maybe your email password, maybe your banking credentials, maybe your government name, whatever the case may be, right? But you don't know where they got it from. If you're logged into so many different things, you don't know where they got it from. It takes time for them to uncover that. So it'll pop up and say, oh, Facebook did this, or this old website that does not exist anymore for the last 15 years, your data has been breached. And that's how we find out. But at the end of the day, to scare a bunch of artists and put them in a panic, your music was put into a data set. That's all that means. It was placed in a data set. Now, what it was used for, that's the conundrum. We won't know that until you legally go after and find out who used your music for shit. But to explicitly state, The Atlantic, shame on you, to explicitly state that their music was to train this particular program and not have actual proof of that, that's bullshit. It's a trap. It's like another tag a rapper thing for me. I think that they just want to get independent artist information. Because if you're a person that is anywhere like me, I'm not doing class action shit. I didn't want $4 from Facebook. I just don't do the class action shit, because the way that I look at it is that if it's that pressing to me, I will hire a lawyer. I would rather see 2,000 lawyers sue Suno than just 3 fucking YouTube content creator lawyers with jazzy hair. Okay, that's just me. I don't trust it. And someone said to me, how would you feel, Minx, if someone stole your music? I don't care. Like, motherfuckers have been copying me for years. Copying me. I have been the blueprint for so many up-and-coming acts that are extremely successful. I've had songs copied. I've had industry producers copying my shit. Okay, I've had fucking actual artists that are signed that copied my look, my style, my essence. So what's a bot? You know what I'm saying? What is a bot? People don't support the bots. So why the fuck would I care? Why the fuck would I care? The industry has been watching us for so long and copying us for so long. Now these established artists are crying about my music was trained. My music was used for training. You don't own your music. Why are you telling us? Why are you trying to come down to our level to be relatable? Because I'm telling you, I hate to say it and I don't like to name names, but SZA, honey, I don't want to hear from you. I write my shit. I produce my shit. I engineer my shit. I looked up SZA's information, and it's like you have a fucking team of people around you. Ask them why your music was trained. I don't have a team of people. I just have me. And if we're going to go into the scope of race, right? We're going into race. It doesn't matter if you're black or white or purple or green. You should be for everybody if their music is being stolen and used to train data sets for bigger corporations that are using AI generators to create music. To just say that this is solely, oh, all you hear is black music, what the fuck are you talking about? I've heard metal AI music, I've heard country AI music, I've heard all different genres, including lo-fi AI music. And you just want to sit there and say it's black people do. All I see, honestly, people that are making AI music are people that are submitting their AI generated music to TikTok for the commercial music licensing, because the labels were pulling away music. Remember, they told TikTok to kick rocks, right? They took away all of the music. So TikTok was like, we're not fucking going through that shit again. They're gonna Rick James the shit, like Dave Chappelle. Bring it to me. Bring it to us. Bring us your AI generated music, and we will put it into the commercial music library. So music now, for me, which I said already, that essence of being a music creator, like, it literally has sailed for me. I'm making music for my comic now. I'm making music for me now. Like, I have no expectations anymore. I don't have any expectations anymore. I am a person that looks at the music business now that it's just a business. You make music, you generate music, you can make money and get placements. I don't make music for the aspects of the hopes of blowing up and being on stage. Even though now I'm in virtual reality, that could be a reality for me. There's stages in the metaverse. And that's what people forget. When one space gets tainted, there's another space to go and look at. And right now, I've been to maybe 3 or 4 concerts in the metaverse, and people are performing in their living room. They got the real microphone hooked up, and they're just inside VR chat, singing to 40, 50, 60 people, however amount of, avatars that they allow in that space. Because some people be real crashing. They be crashing the shit. Because your avatar takes time to render and load. Is this why they built the metaverse? Is it because they knew that a lot of us were going to say, fuck this shit, we're just going to be cartoons? And they came out with these movies, like the K-pop Demon Hunters, and they had so much, like, that movie music is fire. Maybe we should explore, what it's like to be an anime. Yeah, they call it VTubing and stuff. Maybe we should explore that. Because that ship has sailed, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going into my prediction, which is next. Y'all are ready for my prediction? We are getting ready to get into the idea concept of the hologram. Because the purpose of 5G, once again, you cannot get into VR like that unless you have Wi-Fi or a very, very high 5G network, right? Without being choppy, right? You do that, then we have 5G that can catapult this hologram situation, which will now push us into a hologram reality, where we can now tap into the hologram universe, where a lot of us, which I believe, and again, y'all can call me a conspiracy theorist and you can call me crazy, the Michael Jackson movie. People are crying on social media saying, I never got to see him perform. It's not fair. Oh, you might be able to. Him, Prince, Whitney. I think those are the 3 prototypes that they're going to work on. It just makes sense. And people, even then, when that reality happens, they'll be like, oh my God, that's so evil. And motherfuckers will be front row and center for that shit. So again, my thoughts on everything that is AI related. I'm going to tell you this with my two lips. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Celebrate the humans that are creating. Celebrate the artists that have been grinding for years, that have been really pushing themselves. Celebrate them. You are celebrating a collective hate of a tool that is not going away. That shit ain't going away. Y'all can blow up every data center if you want. Y'all are forgetting too that data centers are also what cools down the internet. It's not just AI. It's what cools down the internet. These are the motherfuckers that stream, streaming university. These are the motherfuckers that are streaming for 2-3 days at a time. These streamathons, right? That's what's, also draining the water to cool down everything. You're forgetting about that. You're forgetting about the people that are walking around. You're trying to eat lunch and have a good lunch, and motherfuckers walk up on you with their fucking mobile camera because they're live on Twitch. This is what's also being used for that. So a lot of y'all will say, damn, Minx, like you an AI lover. I'm not an AI lover. I'm a me lover. I love me. And I would love a lot of you more if you stopped fucking complaining. Because what does complaining do? What does complaining do? I scroll by on social media and all I see is some anti this, anti that. Nobody cares. I don't care. You're an author. You don't like AI authors. Promote your book more. You're a musician. Oh, fuck AI music. Present your music more. You're a graphic designer who's mad because motherfuckers don't want to pay you for a flyer. Don't go to their party. What do you want? What more do y'all want? If you want the problem to go away, sometimes in situations like this, you have to pretend that there's no problem. And a lot of y'all will hate that I said that. What do you mean? Well, y'all do that shit with racism. Bruh. Don't y'all? Sexism? Homophobia? Y'all pretend that there's no problem. I tell you what I get real pissed off about, just to close this out. How performative all this hate shit is. They had dropped documents. Okay. They dropped documents that stated that there were children that are being hurt in the world on an island. Yes, I'm going there. Y'all care more about dumb shit than y'all do the important shit. Because we also know, too, that the reason why that they rolled out the AI was because when people were able to observe these documents, they can easily say that that is artificial, that is not real. Why did they decide to drop it at a time like this? And why are people preparing for civil unrest? I've seen that on TikTok. I don't know if y'all have, but maybe one day I'll do a stream and we'll just sit and go through TikTok videos that I've bookmarked. But if we think about what's really real, millions of people turned out to celebrate the fucking Knicks. And everybody went to work the next day as if the elite wasn't touching kids. That rhymed. I should be a fucking rapper, y'all. That rhymed. So forgive me if I come off a little bit on social media. If forgive me if I come off as if I don't care, because I'm telling y'all right now in a video, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what celebrities' music got scraped. I don't care. They need to go reach out to their lawyers because they can afford it. I don't care. If celebrities really cared that much about music being stolen, especially with independent artists, they will be footing the bill. They would be stepping up. It's all fake, performative, I'm mad bullshit. They are not mad. They don't. They're not mad. It's almost like they got their hand caught in the cookie jar. Like, oh shit, oh my god, these are my fans. My music was. Oh my god, they see that my music is trained on here. Let me act like I don't know anything about it. You know good and damn well you sold your motherfucking catalogs to train AI. So please don't fucking lie about it. Don't. Just don't. That's what gets me so mad. Like, you think we're dumb. You think we're stupid. I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. You don't own your fucking music. So what are you crying about? We own our music. Maybe some of us, because I know a lot of y'all been fighting with your producers and shit. Talking about, hey, I own my music. And a lot of you guys, again, are going to be mad at me. You're going to say, Minx, how could you say these horrible things? Then delete me, bro. Cancel me. Goodbye. It was nice knowing you. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't fuck with me. I don't care. I be posting up everything that I do that is original, everything that I do that's from my heart of creativity, and everybody turns a fucking blind eye or doesn't give a fuck. So you canceling me and saying I don't want to watch your videos anymore and I'm not gonna fuck with you no more. You wasn't fucking with me to begin with. But I'll tell you one thing y'all won't do. Y'all won't come from my tray. You won't come from my tray. And I just vehemently fucking hate anybody. You know how many people I fucking blocked for talking shit about my tray? I'm like, you making fun of something I built? My design? My angel? My fallen angel from my fucking comic? That's a deal breaker for me. You talk shit about my tray, you getting deleted. Is it that serious, Minx? Yes, it's that fucking serious. I've built him he's 2 years old now. And if he was a real person, I would totally fuck anybody up. But you're not going to fucking make fun of something that I built. Y'all don't build shit. You don't build anything. You don't build websites. You don't build robots. You don't build virtual worlds. You don't build databases. You don't do anything but complain. I got tired of Twitch. I built my own live stream platform. I got tired of Reddit with all these fucking dudes that get, big cojones because they're a fucking moderator. I built my own version of Reddit. And if I want to build my own version of Spotify, I'm working on that shit too. Everything I want, I have built. You guys don't build anything. So when you all come to me in my DMs trying to act all cute and shit, guess what? Goodbye. Good riddance. You don't need to send me an exit survey. I don't give a fuck why you're leaving. I'm just a person that has been a musician since I was 16. A bitch is 40 now. I have been through the transitions of when SoundCloud was the it girl and then when Spotify became the it girl. I've been through every transition from performing in real life, going to open mic concerts, selling actual tickets to a fucking hole in the wall, to going and performing on the internet and nobody tunes in. I have been through so many different transitions of being a musician. I'm sorry for those of you who came in at the end, but it is the end. This is it. Now, what do? You go back to reality. You sell physical copies. You sell fucking merch. You sell fucking vinyls. You sell fucking CDs. You sell, and you sell. You make your money. You do shows. Find people in your city that do the same shit that you do. Y'all go. Find a spot that has open mics. Find out how much it is. And y'all split that shit 8, 9 ways or whatever. And y'all all pay the DJ to come out to spin the records. You do your shows, you invite your people out, you split the ticket sales, and you guys keep doing that and keep doing that till you have enough to go to the next city to do it, and the next city to do it, and the next city to do it. And guess what that's called? A fucking tour. And you keep pushing and you keep grinding and you keep shaking real hands in real life. Forget this digital age shit if you're that much about it. If you're that angry about it, this is how you fix the problem. Now, if you still want to keep pushing them Spotify links on all of the music that's been scraped on the internet and put into a database, if you think that you're going to get 1 million streams and make your $740 off of that shit instead of selling one song 1 million times, then you got a problem. I don't have a problem. I come with solutions. And these are the solutions, ladies and gentlemen. You're tired of social media? Everybody's talking about AI. Make your own website. Move away from the popular kids table. Sit in the corner with the rest of us who already figured out what to do. But I myself, I refuse to get on social media and see another fucking think piece about who's stealing this and who's stealing what, and comparing yourself to motherfuckers that are in the industry who already sold their catalogs and they know what the fuck is going on. Stop comparing yourselves to these people. You are not a mainstream artist. You are independent. And I'm talking about real independent artists, not these artists that finally got out of their fucking 360 deal and then decided that, hey, I can do this. I'm independent. No, the fuck you're not. You're not independent. You are not an independent artist. You are a mainstream artist without a contract. That's two different things. You don't independently do shit. So I said what I said. Did Minx really get up on here and yell at us? I fucking did get up on here and yell at y'all. And I will say this. If you don't fuck with me after this, it was very nice knowing you. If you still fuck with me after this, it's always nice knowing you. If you're ready to work with me to get to the next level of where we need to be as physical artists, not digital artists, physical, reach out to me. If you are a person that says, you know what, Minx, I'm about to spend $300 on a virtual reality device, I'm trying to get like you, join my Discord. But I'm not working with anyone that's complaining anymore. I'm not working with y'all. I don't want to hear about y'all. Every artist that pops up, I have a story about AI. Bye. I'm not trying to hear it. We know. We have been archived from tweets to journals to Instagrams. We have been archived. This is the Noah's Ark of humanity. This is what AI is, in my opinion. You know, when Noah's Ark, they took one of every animal, they're taking one of every human. And they're copying us and duplicating us. And we don't know why. We don't know where it's going. How about we just unplug altogether and stop giving them new shit? It's that simple. But yeah, if y'all like the stream, I keep saying stream. If you guys like the video, please make sure you like it and share it. If you think I was a little bit too fucked up in this thing, you can leave a comment. I probably won't care. If I do care enough, I will respond in the next video, because I'm not doing the Twitter fingers, YouTube comment fingers. You know, I'm not doing that. I'm replying in the only way I know, for you to hear me. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. You guys can check out my SoundCloud and play all my music there. I got new music out. And I'm off this biatch.